Hello and welcome to this bite-sized webinar for online assessment and Surpass for our V Cert Level 1-2 Technical Award qualifications. The purpose of this bite-sized webinar is to provide you with a demonstration of how to book online assessments and manage your online bookings within our Surpass system for our V Cert qualifications. The session will provide a brief overview of online assessment and the associated systems that you will use. There will be a how to use the portal and Surpass demonstration, and then details of where you can find more information and who you can contact if you require more support. But before we begin, please do just take a moment to consider on a scale of 1 to 10 how confident you're currently feeling with online assessment and Surpass, with 10 being really confident and 1 being not so confident. We do hope that by the end of this session, your confidence levels have improved. So I'm going to begin with a little bit of information about online assessment and provide a little bit more detail about the systems that you will use. Surpass is our online assessment system that allows centres to deliver external assessments securely on screen. The technical requirements that must be met to run the online assessment system are outlined in our technical specification document. You will need to complete the registration form, and a member of the relevant team will contact you within 24 to 48 hours with confirmation and next steps. Once you're approved, there are various support guides aimed at supporting members of staff that are involved with the different stages of the assessment process. And for more information and support, please do visit our website. Secure Client needs to be installed onto each device that you want to run the assessment on. Once Secure Client has been installed, there will be this icon displayed on the desktop. On the day of the assessment, Secure Client needs to be launched and the learner will enter a unique key code to begin the assessment. For details on how to install Secure Client, please do see the installation guide again on our website. The portal is another system that you will use, and this is a secure website that allows you to do various things, such as request a portal account. And this is where you'll get a username and password to be able to access the portal. You'll be able to register your learners, book your learners for their external assessment and controlled assessments, view their results for their external assessment, and submit internal marks for graded qualifications and claim learner certificates. Furthermore, you will be able to view learner e-certificates and view learner details using the search area and edit learner details. Please be aware that where there is 30 minutes or more of inactivity, the portal will time out and you'll be prompted to log back in. Before using the portal, we do recommend that you download and read the portal user guide. Reading the portal user guide first before using the portal you will find useful. The contents page includes key headings, and when you click onto them, it'll take you straight to the page that you require. Each section includes step-by-step guidance and supporting screenshots to help you use the portal more effectively. This slide will provide more information that can further support you and your centre. It includes the technical specification for Surpass, the Secure Client installation guide, the link to the portal, and the portal user guide. If, however, you do require any further help and support, do contact our customer support team at customersupport@ncfe.org.uk or by telephone on 0191 239 8000. So on this next slide, there will be a short video that's going to show you how to use the portal and Surpass.
Hello, I'm going to give you a demo of how to book online assessments and manage your online booking within the Surpass system for V Cert qualifications. To book the online assessment, you will need to do this via the portal. So you need to log into the portal and go to register your learners. You search for the qualification that you want to register them on and then choose the session. This will now give you an assessment window, and this is where you choose if you do want your learner to do online. So as you see, you can choose online or paper-based. If you wish the learner to do online, choose the online option at this point. If you do need to change this method from online to paper or vice versa, please get in touch with us to do so. Once you have chosen the assessment window, you will then enter your learner details. So you just follow that through, click next, and that will register your learners. What then happens is your learner details are transferred over to the Surpass online system, and I will show you that now. This is a Surpass system. You should have already been set up for online assessment and set up as a user so that you can access the system. If you have not been set up or you need to be added as a user, please contact us. So once you log in, what you will see is the Invigilate screen. For V Cert qualifications, this is the only screen that you will need access to. If you do have other qualifications with us, such as functional skills, you may see other screens, such as schedule and results. However, for V Certs, the Invigilate screen is the only one that you do require. Your assessment for your learners will show in this screen 5 days before the assessment date. So I will go through a couple of the columns that you will see in the screen. First of all, you have the state column. This will show you what status the assessment is in. At the moment, you will see that this is shown R for ready, and what that means is that the assessment is ready to begin. I'll go through a couple of other statuses that you may see. You may see a green tick, and what that means is the learner's assessment is finished and complete. You may see a little green arrow, which means the assessment is in progress. There may also be a disconnection sign, which means that the assessment may have disconnected from the internet. All of these statuses are detailed within the user guide if you do want to look into that further. And if you are sitting the assessment and you do get a disconnection or any issues, you can contact our customer support team. You then have the test name and then the key code. So the key code is what the learner needs to enter to begin the assessment. And I will show you a bit more in detail later of how you enter the key code and where you put that. So you then have the centre name, your subject, start date and end date. This will just show the date of the assessment. The start time and end time, it will show 8 to 4 in Surpass. However, you do need to start the assessment at the advised time. If you do have an assessment variation request, then you can then start it at that time, but that will need to be submitted prior, to the assessment being taken. The reason the window is quite large is just in case there is technical issues or centres do have variation requests, just to make sure that you can log in within that time if there is any issues. You will then see your candidate's name, and this is the candidate learner number. Another column to point out is the duration column. So as you see, this duration is shown 75 minutes, which means it has had additional time added. You need to declare the additional time in the portal. However, you will need to add this in Surpass. This can be added any time within those 5 days prior to the assessment starting. And to do that, you need to click Modify Duration. You can then add the additional time in the box and then put the reason why and click OK. This will then show the duration change and will confirm how long that learner has for the assessment. So if you do have learners that have additional time, I would check the duration box to make sure that that has been added before they start their assessment, because it cannot be added once the assessment has started. You can also print an invigilation pack from this page. This can also be printed those 5 days before the assessment starts. And you just need to select your learner and click Print Invigilation Pack. This shows an attendance register, an invigilation report that you can fill in if there is any disturbances, and also a key code sheet that you can print out which has the key code on if required. Assessments can also be paused from this screen if there was any issues during the assessment, such as a fire alarm, and that there is a pause button here at the bottom, and that will be highlighted in blue once the assessment is in progress. So if you do need to pause it, that can be done in the screen. It can only be paused, however, if the assessment is sat online and is connected to the internet. You can download the assessment, and I will show you how to do that in a moment. This means that the assessment can be taken offline without any internet connection. So if you do have bad internet signal, or if you, just in case of a backup, the assessment can be downloaded and sat offline if required. I'm just going to show you now where the learners log in and how to download the assessment. So as I said, you will need a program installed called Secure Client. And once this is installed, you will see a desktop icon like this, which says Secure Client. And you just double click that icon to open it, and this needs to be installed on each device that the learner will be sitting. We do recommend that you open Secure Client a day or so before the assessment, just to make sure that everything's launching okay and all updates have applied. It does take a couple of minutes to update, but once it's open, you will see this screen. So to start the assessment and sit online, you put the key code in and click OK, and that will start the assessment. If you wish to download the assessment, you would put the key code in and then click this button here which says download test to take later. That will download the assessment to the device, and you can then disconnect from the internet, relaunch Secure Client, put the key code in and set this offline. If you do set the assessment offline, this will need to be re-uploaded into the system, and to do that, you will reconnect to the internet and then launch Secure Client. This will then force the assessment to upload, and you can check that it has uploaded by going into the Invigilate screen, and you can check the state, which will show a green tick. As you can see, this is now shown voided, and that's because it has now passed the end time of the assessment, and this will happen if the assessment is not sat, it will auto void. In regards to your results, they won't be accessed through Surpass. You will get those from the portal, and that will be on the advertised result date, and you will just go on the portal and download the results from there. Thank you.
So to summarise the key points from that short video, please do ensure that you have logged into the portal to register your learners and have selected online assessment. Ensure that you have been set up for online assessment and are set up as a user to be able to access and manage the Surpass system. The assessments will show in the Invigilate screen in Surpass 5 days before the assessment date for reasonable adjustments to be added and to access the key codes. You will also need to download Secure Client onto your devices, as this is where your learner will start their assessment. And lastly, results will not be available in Surpass. You will need to access them via the portal on the advertised results release date. This next slide contains information that can further support you and your centre. So as we previously mentioned, it does include the technical specification for Surpass, the Secure Client Installation Guide, the link to the portal, and the portal user guide. We have now reached the end of this short bite-sized session, so please do take a moment to consider, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident you're feeling now with online assessment and Surpass. Again, with 10 being really confident and 1 being not so confident. We would hope that by the end of this session, you are now feeling more confident with online assessment and Surpass. But if you do have any other questions or queries, you can contact our wonderful customer support team, who will be more than happy to help you. Thank you for listening, and we hope you found the content useful.